Mam nadzieję, że to nie będzie miało wpływu na przepływ tej rozmowy.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss.
Thank you, Lord Whitehill.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
My father died a hero, fighting for the North against traitors and oath-breakers.
Aye, and look where that got him. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Fetch Lord Whitehill some bread and salt. It was an oversight, Lord Whitehill. I promise it won't happen again.
Not likely. You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have you back, are they? We're the power in the North now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye.
No.
And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries. You cunt.
Uroczy jesteś.
Lord Ethan.
That's enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Nie było to bez powodu.
Attacked for no reason.
No reason? You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men? And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
We lost people too, Lord Whitehill. Your men murdered his entire family.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. The soldiers worth 100 of their type.
Zginął tylko jeden.
Fucking coward who killed my men. I know he's here. What have you done with him?
I took care of it. He received his punishment and it's done. He's gone.
What? Gone? That was my justice to deliver, boy, and you denied me of it.
Nie.
I'm not leaving.
On polegał
I
nam.
have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
Lady.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all.
Dlaczego on się aż tak uspokoił?
This is not
Przyszła
over.
lady.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
Nie zjesz swojego chleba z solą.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Nie kłamaliśmy.
Do as you like, Lord Whitehill.
Nie kłamaliśmy. W końcu dla Gareda to była kara. Wysłanie na mur. Oj,
I was
była.
wrong about your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Okej. Rozumiem, że teraz zmienia nam się
Your sister can help us.
Główny bohater.
Although just a handmaiden,
No
she
mira.
has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Mira. Dlaczego mi się to kojarzy? Może nie powinno mi się kojarzyć. O! Okej. Zamknięte? Nie zamknięte. Okej.
Ethan made this for me.
Ładna. Ładna.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me.
A, Lady
It
Margaret.
once belonged to Lady Elena.
Czy to już jest czas, kiedy pojawiła się Lady Margaret?
Asher sent me this coin. Do you
Albo
remember him?
niekoniecznie.
What a strange place, Essos.
Ha, Asher, Essos. Przeczytajmy list.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city.
No tak, to jest czas przed drugim
Although I know
ślubem.
it would be impossible under the
Racja.
circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Ładna fryzura, ja też chcę taką. Może kiedyś sama dam radę sobie coś takiego na głowie zrobić. Długość mam.
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Same pamiątki od rodziny, co?
I hope to see them all someday.
No tak, jeszcze nie wiesz, co się stało.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Ha, więc jesteś dwórką Lady Margaret. Okej, dobrze. Dobrze jest tak umiejscawiać was w świecie wszystkich. A już nigdzie nie wyjrzę, szkoda. Dobrze, idziemy otworzyć.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Kim jesteś? Czego chcesz?
No, it's fine. Come in.
Chcesz czegoś od nas?
Begging
Młody.
your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please
Masz
hurry if you
niski
can.
głos jak
Lady
na
Marjorie will
dzieciaka.
be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Chociaż są tacy, którzy mutują w wieku 11 lat, więc
I may be wrong, but
i tak
it
bywa.
seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
You were eavesdropping?
No, not at all. I was just passing by and I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
Ha.
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken.
Dobrze
You're
wiedzieć.
not in any kind of trouble.
Może być nieciekawie.
Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Jeszcze nie wygląda, jakby się ściemniało. Dobrze. O, dzień dobry.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Okej, to jest niepokojące. Oczywiście, że ma różowe napisy, bo jak żeby inaczej. Marjorie.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say,
Tata z tyłu to co
especially
robi?
here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark.
Aha.
It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Co? Nie.
She was very pleased with herself.
How did you respond?
I told her you are one of my most trusted handmaidens, that you can hardly be blamed for the actions of your father and brother. Nonetheless, she demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't
Przeprosiny
ask
za
you if
co?
you were not
Cersei.
important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I cannot apologize, my lady. I'm not a traitor.
I know you're not, but you must find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Dobrze, no możemy się podlizać. Nie ucieszy mnie to, ale możemy.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Dobrze. Niech i tak będzie.
Good luck.
Nie dziękujemy. Nie dziękujemy. Ciągle zmieniam pozycję. Jest głośniej, ciszej, głośniej, ciszej. Mam nadzieję, że nie będzie tego słychać, że mi się uda nad tym popracować. Mam trochę wyższe biurko teraz. I trochę, no, właśnie. Inaczej ustawiony mikrofon. Dobrze, Margaret. Też mam taką nadzieję, że sobie damy radę. O, Tyrion.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Klęknij.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon.
Dobrze, że jeszcze nie spotkałam kogoś
I
innego.
want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
To jest rzecz...
The one true king. Yet she didn't say... The girl is
Kurna,
clever.
zanotował to.
She only... I don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the north.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
They were the wardens of the north. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for her own good. And she would have us believe she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Aj.
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
Trzeba się trzymać jednej teorii. Trzeba się trzymać teorii. Cóż.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships
Średnio
and
mi to
shields
idzie,
that built
ale
in
nie
Joffrey
jest
with a
źle.
steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that
White
from
Hillowie.
happening, wouldn't you? Ask
Nie
any
dziękuję.
Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Trzeba. To było bardzo złe.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei?
W bardzo złym momencie zdecydowałam się na posłuszeństwo.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
Cholera. Cholera. Cholera, cholera, cholera. Cholera, cholera. Cholera. Wiemy dobrze, że Lady Margaret zostanie w królewskiej przystani. Ale to nie jest odpowiedź, która się spodoba Cersei. Królowi. Nie wiem, dlaczego zadaje mi to pytanie królowa matka, która tak naprawdę nie powinna mieć nic do mówienia, ale nieważne. Dobrze, spróbujmy naprawić całą tą rozmowę. Mam nadzieję, że Margaret zrozumie tę odpowiedź.
The king, of course.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
Sama kazałaś mi mówić, no właśnie.
She is a threat to the crown.
To, co chcę usłyszeć.
The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
Tyrion.
My sense
No tak.
is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the north.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased.
Ah.
It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences.
No.
She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard. Not her.
Co
What are you
sugerujesz?
suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Ale co proponujesz, Tyrione?
It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already. Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Nie zdążyłam oczywiście wybrać odpowiedzi, bo po co? Bo się zastanawiałam długo, co odpowiedzieć. Nieważne. Nieważne. Nieźle. W każdym razie. O, jestem ciekawa, co jeszcze wyjdzie.
Mira, I was worried.
Cześć, kim
How was
jesteś?
it?
Znaczy, jak masz na imię?
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
I'd rather not discuss it, if you don't mind.
Of course not. It must have been horrible. But at
No,
least
było
it's over
nieprzyjemnie. Było nieprzyjemnie.
now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
Put it back.
We're just having a bit of fun. That's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might
Ten
meet our
twój
future husbands.
Jamie
Although
też
marrying
jest
a king,
trochę
nobody
perwersyjny.
knows what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
Nie.
He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I
Nie.
might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Nie. Nie, dziękuję. Nawet z roli dwórki bym podziękowała.
Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well? Sarah?
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
Przykro nam. Chociaż ja i tak mam cały czas wątpliwości co do Lady Margaery.
There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over.
Warto jej ufać. Czego tak naprawdę
I
chce.
fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
People are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Zapytamy ją o pomoc.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
Przykro mi, Sera, ale no cóż. Ona i tak będzie się fochać, mimo że kurna chodzi o los wielu osób.
Ask.
Please, Ramsay Snow is on his way to Ironrath to see my brother bend the knee.
Ramsay? Roose Bolton's bastard?
I fear my family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. But if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown...
That is no small request, especially now. Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
My mother feels it is urgent, my lady. She's unfamiliar with King's Landing and its politics. I hope you can understand that.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Dobrze. Cóż jest, Lady Margaery? Coś ty tam kombinujesz.